their situational awareness. Had a little bit of park series work where guys had to put themselves in the moment, try to work to execute, understand what the situation was calling for. I think it's good to see some of the young players understand and transition from down to down. Coming out of the scrimmage, just the ownership of the down. I mean, that's something we're continuing to work to build upon. It's really all newcomers, whether they're older or younger. Just kind of how we operate here, working to play smart in each of those, with each of those opportunities. I thought the defense did a good job flying around, offensively, continuing to build upon, just technique fundamentals, make sure that we're doing a good job of finishing plays and, really pleased with, a lot of elements of our run game of where it's going, how that's, just physicality, some of the spaces that we've been able to create, there up front and, with backs, tight ends. I think the passing game is continuing to push. I think there's definitely an explosive element to it, and it's the details within our timing, whether it's a route depth, whether it's, the spacing that's necessary, all different dynamics. With new guys kind of working together and old guys that have been here, continuing to challenge themselves in the details. And so, I definitely think I'm seeing growth from that, but, that's going to be the biggest focus for the next, 2.5 weeks as we're preparing for game one, just so we can go play the best that we can. Able to get a little bit, obviously, we have some elements here with the rain and wind. I was able to get to do a little bit of work, with guys, working that quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, returners, just you don't know what the weather's always going to hold, and so I thought it was good to be able to get that. And Ryan Fitzgerald had a game winning kick there at the end, and what I love is he's like, Coach, I want it outside, and I'm going to get strong wind, rain, and was able to knock it through. So really impressive, just seeing his continued growth, and just ownership and choosing difficult and choosing the hard situation, and being able to execute in the moment. So I thought it was a good day. Still a lot of areas to build upon.
After a second look at the scrimmage, what was?
So I think that I some of the things I just hit on. I thought the run game. You see opportunities where guys are creating space where there's I thought that Richie looked really good up front. He played limited series, but the times that he was in, it's good to see him, operate, full speed in that capacity. The guys that we need, that are experienced and older and good. I mean, those guys, I thought they did a nice job. Like I mentioned, we had some of them that were limited in the play count, so they didn't get a ton of work. But I definitely was pleased with some of the elements of things in our run game. I thought, Sam Singleton had, probably his best day. Cam Davis had some really, tough, hard-nosed runs that I like to see. Jen Lucas was explosive, did a good job, throughout it there, in the running back room. There were, like I said, there were some missed opportunities, and just, really, it was some of the detail things that, within the passing game that we get. That's what we're building towards, making sure the depths, making sure the spacing, making sure that, all the elements of what we're being asked to do, that we can go out there and, have 11 guys playing as one on offense. But, I thought there were some really good moments. I thought Jaylen Brown, had probably his best day, since he's been here, going back and watching it. I just think he's really taking some positive steps. So I mean, that was positive. I thought the quarterbacks, other DJ, for what we're asking him to do, where he was putting the ball, going through the progression of reads, only a handful of plays that, I'm not even saying like he was wrong in them, but he, just areas of technique and fundamentals to get better. But, really like the ownership he has in the offense and what we're going to be able to continue to build upon with that. Defensively, it's kind of like what I saw. I thought the guys played hard. There's some missed tackles that technique, fundamentals, making sure we're you're tracking where we need to track. Get opportunities. I mean, the guys, there was physicality that was being put on display. There was we were able to create some penetration and in certain elements, whether it's in the pass game, getting the quarterback off the spot. Still areas to continue to grow within that. But I thought all in all, I thought there was, Jabril Rawls was really good, just a young DB that I thought made a couple plays on the ball. I'm liking what I'm seeing in his growth and, what he's doing. I thought Q was good, I had one play that, you continue to work and get better. I really liked what our linebackers did. I thought they played fast. And it was, you're seeing them work to communicate. Blake Nicholson, I thought had a great scrimmage. Just going back after watching that and, excited about, some of the positive steps. I thought Daniel Lyons had a really good day, there at the D tackle spot and, continue to build upon there. So it was good work and, got some good looks within our special teams units of seeing some guys that might be able to help us and, continuing to build upon the core schemes of what we're trying to run.
How old is Shaheem playing right now?
He's, I was talking about it last night. I mean, he's really taken some positive steps and, he's been a good player for us and, for the challenge is to go become a great player. And, it's for him, the talent and ability is there, the knowledge is there. It's the application sometimes, almost wanting to do too much in certain situations. And I've kind of got him in trouble at times, but I think he is, I think he's playing really well. I mean, just we had a couple really nice tackles in the scrimmage. Had a couple of situations where he can continue to grow upon it. But I mean, even the ownership of him knowing where and what he needs to do to get it corrected before he's having to be coached on it. That's exciting because you know that he's something he's emphasizing, something that he's working to improve. I think in his coverage, he's been as good as he's ever been. And I mean, one-on-one situations, man, zone, whatever that might be, I think he's playing at a very high level.
With Shaheem, we see pretty much every day how much he likes to talk. It seems like a lot of the other guys on defense are maybe more the lead by example type guys. Is he the vocal leader? And I guess how does that help having that guy in the back end of the defense?
I mean, when you're in the defensive backfield, you gotta be willing to communicate, obviously as a necessity for your teammates. Just within the course of plays, but Shai's not afraid to talk. So he's definitely one that's put a lot of investment into the program. He's put a lot of investment into his growth. I mean, he wants it extremely bad. And when you have guys that are willing to try to step up and be the example, when they talk, people tend to listen a little bit more. And I think Shai has done a nice job of that. And it's really helping us in where we're trying to go.
Has Edwin Joseph done a good job stacking days here for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, he's, for him, it is just more the consistency, it's play to play. I mean, we want to see growth. We want to see, Edwin, take those positive steps, for us. I think he's world of talent, world of ability, but to take the next step, I mean, it's got to be in the consistency, play in and play out. But definitely somebody very excited about what his potential can be. You continue to challenge him to push himself to just be all that potential is.
Coach, what have you seen from Byron Turner and some of the depth at DN?
Yeah, that's one thing, and then go into it much earlier. But I mean, I think that's really. I thought Seone had his best day. I think Byron, had one of his best days. You see growth. Byron played for us last year, played a pretty solid amount for us last year. And, I think it's night and day from where he was, just in the discipline, the detail, the technique. But he was, somebody that was, definitely an impact for us last year. Being able to go in there and, just sort of the role that he did. I'm expecting, a much better version. And, I think he earned the time that he got last year. And I think this year, I think we're going to continue to see an increase in the production with the opportunities that he gets. But definitely excited about that group. I think Aaron Hester has really put himself in the conversation to be able to help this team. It's how much it's going to depend on just the same thing we talked a little bit earlier, just the consistency, the details, the fundamental aspects of it that can help him and achieve and all the things that he can do.
Feels like Amari's been a pretty consistent playmaker on offense. Is that, I mean, what's to say about him being a guy who should be going into senior year of high school, not even playing the primary position he was recruited at to be making the impact?
I think Amari had a good day today, and it was one that Saturday and for the scrimmage was probably his toughest day. And I mean, it was, and that's the thing that try to you remind him about, and you remind coaches, everybody, that he should be going into a senior year of high school, and he was he was in Doak Campbell Stadium, we try to put as much emphasis on that. And there's probably some nerves and all the things that he got to go through. And, there were some areas that he knows after seeing the scrimmage and going back and living it throughout the moment with coaches not on the field, having to go out there and, the communication, the alignment, the execution, the finer details, and just the speed that accelerates in those type of, live opportunities. It was something that I think was a learning process and experience for him. And, he came back today and I thought he had, a really good day. And so I'm definitely excited. He has to understand that. And we all want you look at him, he's big, he can run, he catch all those things. And, he's got to trust the process of growth, right? Just as we have to as well. And, but very excited about what I saw. And today was big because I wanted to see how he would bounce back from, his first scrimmage experience. And I thought he did an outstanding job.
Coach, we got a question from Zoom. Logan Robinson.
Hey, Coach. Adam Fuller talked to us after this scrimmage and talked about Samuel Singleton. What do you see from him this fall camp? He said he was running really hard. And, can he jump into this room that's already loaded with talent and contribute this upcoming season?
Sam, I think has had a great 9 days. Obviously, go back and watch today how that went. But I mean, I think Sam's somebody that he's a year in. He's a redshirt freshman, and it's one of those things that you want everything yesterday, but you're seeing growth and process that he's got a great attitude every day. He comes to work. He is a very talented back. I mean, he's got speed, explosiveness. One of my favorite plays from the scrimmage the other day was, he had a couple runs where he broke tackles and exploded. But I mean, he had one of the best pass protection pickups, in the scrimmage and allowed us to have a big throw down the field. I was really pleased with him and just his understanding. But now it's still coming back to, just that daily, the daily approach and those finer details. But I absolutely think that Sam's gonna have a chance to be able to help this team. At what capacity, I think it's going to be a lot on him, and just continuing to earn that role. But I feel great about where that room is, and I really believe that Sam's put himself firmly in the conversation to be able to help us.
Anything else?
Like what you sasaw from Jalen Lucas, and what do you see actual fit with him in that offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a dynamic player. He had a good scrimmage. We tried to mix a lot of different things for him to do, just to kind of see where he was. And I think his study, his understanding is something that's really good. I think it's going to continue to get better, just with every rep that he takes. And thought he had another good day today. Just definitely excited about his impact.
Any change of plans for Jackson?
So obviously we have plenty of contingency plans, and right now we're all set. Obviously the number one thing for us is the well-being and safety of our players, everybody in part of the program. And our prayers go out to anybody that has been affected here by the storm that's come through throughout the state and as it continues to progress on. But right now it's all plans are there moving forward. We do have a contingency plan of potentially practicing indoors if we need to. We're going to see the fields, we're going to see what all that looks like. As much of this trip, yes, the work, we're going to work our butts off when we get there. More than anything else, it's just time for us to be together and to be able to kind of get away, to have just some of those moments where these guys get to have experiences and build those relationships that will last a lifetime. And the Jacksonville trip's been really good for our program. So I'm great. I'm excited about it. Obviously, the storm coming through, something that we've had to monitor and we'll continue to monitor as we're going through it. But right now, we have a couple different contingency plans. If we need to change, but we'll be all set when it comes.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too.
You-